Okay, so this is going to be a video that I took at Winding River Park today. It was kind of warm in Jersey. It was about 80 degrees there. Here in Long Island it was a lot cooler. But it was still a nice day. I wanted to get away from the island just for the day and enjoy some nature. And I discussed some things in this video that are, some sad news of our pine barrens that will be talked about in this video. Alright folks, we'll do a little walk and talk here in the Pine Barrens. It's a nice day today. It's going to be warm though, but the sun is out. We're in the pines, but not on Long Island, no. I'm actually in New Jersey today, in Toms River. We're going to talk about some stuff while we're here in this beautiful place, some pretty ugly stuff actually that's going on Long Island. That I'm going to make a separate video about because it has to do with Alpine Barrens. Well, if you've watched the video in the link below or in the annotation above from the Long Island Pine Barrens Society, you will see a heartbreaking sight, and that is that 60 acres of pine barrens in Mastic have been murdered by Gerald Rosengarten. And, for a solar farm. So they knocked all those trees down, and let's show a clip. I'll show us. You watch the whole video, you see it's heartbreaking. I actually cried when I watched it. And you probably will too if you have a heart. And that is directly because our governor, Andrew Cuomo, did not act to save those pine barrens. Because he's, the thing with Andrew Cuomo, he's a freaking liar, alright? And we got to talk about him. Because he's such an ugly mother, I'm not going to say, but we got to talk about it in a beautiful place, because otherwise we need something to balance out the issue I'm going to be talking about. So that happened because Cuomo refused to sign the Pine Barrens expansion bill, the original one, which would have saved those woods. And the new agreement leaves that out. It did save the shorm woodlands. And then Cuomo acts like, whoa, I care about the environment. No, he doesn't, all right? He doesn't care about the environment. See, Cuomo is a snake. He's a chameleon. He's a liar. He's a fraud. He claims he cares about the environment, but he doesn't care about the environment. Because under Cuomo, we've lost a lot more of our pine barrens than any of the previous governor. Governor Cuomo says he cares about public transportation. Yet, we've had more cuts to our bus service on Long Island than any other governor in New York history. So, you see what I'm trying to say here. And the thing with Andrew Cuomo, he's a liar. I don't agree with everything the governor in this state, Phil Murphy, is about, but you know one thing? I really do believe he cares about public transportation. He increased funding for New Jersey Transit, is pledging no fare hikes for the next year. I know he cares about public transportation, all right? And I bet you'll care about the environment too, a hell of a lot more than Cuomo. It sucks that along with that, you gotta have increased taxes and help for illegal aliens, but, these are all things he said he was gonna do. What you see is what you get with Phil Murphy. He is doing what he said he was gonna do. He's not two-faced like our Governor Cuomo is. And yeah, Phil Murphy's from Goldman Sachs, I understand that, but Phil Murphy just seems like a little more like a down-to-earth guy compared to Cuomo. That's all I'm saying. Hey, this is Winding River Park. It's a beautiful place, you can see. Oh, I just had to get my mind off all that stuff, Let some steam off. Yeah, this whole thing with the railroad and everything. Cuomo is just... I'm trying to appeal to people because Cuomo is probably, unfortunately, going to win, according to the polls. The Republicans haven't even announced anyone yet. It's like everybody just accepts that Cuomo's going to get reelected. And, man, I got a real problem with that, You know, Andrew Cuomo has just messed up my life, so it's just like a personal thing, I guess you could say. I mean, I've seen my public transportation taken away. A lot of, you know, I've seen nice bus come along and not only cut a lot of service, but also just, it's a lot less reliable than MTA was, you know. And then the railroad, the main line is being neglected. We're getting our service cut constantly for construction, bearing the brunt of things. While, ooh, is that a woodpecker? What is that? Might be a woodpecker on that tree there. It's too far away, but maybe not. Anyway, actually, we want to go into this desert here, don't we? All right. Well, we'll go over there. We'll go this way first. But you know, we've had a lot of stuff taken away into Cuomo. A lot of pain for me personally. You know. You know, like I said, you have nice come along, make their cuts, and can't count on it. And right, then the main line, you know, getting the brunt of the construction and stuff. And well, the Babylon branch, this morning, for instance, I took the 724 from Mineola in to Penn. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. We got on the train. Then we get to Jamaica. And lots of crowds come on, and then it's announced there was apparently a service problem before with the train. They had to bypass, you know, Kew Gardens and Forest Hills and Woodside because of a disabled train. So guess whose train is chosen to make those stops? Our train, of course. So we're the first train, and we get crush loaded. Meanwhile, you look on the express track, and there's a Babylon train that's got plenty of room and even empty seats. It's one of those flyers. And the snobs are just sitting there with their nose up in the air. Look at us. Look at how comfortable we are. Well, you're jammed in like sardines. I freaking hate these snobs. I mean, Cuomo is just... And now he's cutting my mental health too. That's right. After years and years, I've seen a therapist my whole life. My clinic is having to make some choices because of a low budget. And, you know, they say I'm doing fairly well. You know, and I am. I mean, I'm doing much better than when I was in Westbury, but after years of therapy, they're like, well, they don't feel I need it anymore because their budget, thank you, Cuomo. So, I mean, and the Cuomo's making all these mental health cutbacks. I've had to sacrifice so much since Cuomo became governor. So all of those diehard Democrats out there watching this video thinking that Cuomo represents what the Democratic Party used to stand for, what you think the Democratic stands for, he doesn't. He's a Wall Street Democrat. He's there to make New York unaffordable except to the richest people, his friends on Wall Street, and he's out to ruin Long Island, pretty much. You know, it's going to get so expensive, and you know, the only places where you're going to be able to count on public transportation for the trains are going to be on the Babylon branch, and you're not going to be able to afford to live there unless you're rich. So that's what might happen. You know, if he, you know, this is what's happening. I don't want to move here. I don't want to leave the islands, but I can't keep dealing with what I'm dealing with over there. Things have to get better with the trains. Here's the river. We're going to just be walking around this park here. It's beautiful over here. You know, I just want to make it... Well, Cuomo wants to make it all just for the rich, all right? I wish people would see that. I really would. These snobs on the Babylon branch are just... They're really breaking my heart, you know? They are breaking my heart. Anyway, let's check out some more of this area. It's beautiful here. Beautiful. Just rub it in. They rub it in. It's bad enough they took over my own... Talked about this last night, where I used to live. That'll always be home to me. But, you know, when you spend so much of your years... I lived in Wandsworth for, let's see, 20 years? 20 years. I still lived there longer than I've spent any other part of my life. You know? Just hope things change. But the only way things are really going to change is if Andrew Cuomo is thrown out of office. I mean, he doesn't care about the Pines. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. I wish you all would see that. I really do. And I don't know where the hell I am. I've been here a million times, yet I can't figure out exactly where I am. You understand, for a personal level, when I lived in Westbury, I struggled with the train service. It was a big hardship on me, and to have to go through it all over again, it's just killing me. It really is. To go through it all over again on the weekend with that one train an hour, it makes it very hard. It's my only way around, you know. Cuomo doesn't care. He just cares that his rich friends on the Babylon branch are taken care of. And what I've worried is going on is that they said to Philippine, well, you can't touch the Babylon branch. Otherwise, we'll fire you. And again, we got Nowakowski out, so... But see, even now with Nowakowski out, the battle's not... I think I know where I'm at now, but the battle is not done yet. I just can't believe the discrimination that's going on. And then what they're doing with the Ronkonkoma branch, with that construction in the morning, the 719 is literally jammed out of Ronkonkoma. People can't get on it. All right, because they shouldn't have canceled 704. Why did they do that? Because there's no other trains going in the other direction. I don't get it. They just want to screw us over. That's all, because we're not rich, so that's the way it goes in New York State. If you're not rich, you're treated like shit. That's why so many people are leaving. Now, this video is supposed to be about me talking more about the Pine Barrens, what happened in Mastic, so I got to try to get back on topic here. I do apologize. Yeah, so, you know, Cuomo, the blood is on his hands for that whole thing. And this Rosengarten guy, I'm trying to remember his name, I think it's Rosengarten. Gerald Rosengarten, tree murderer, claims he's out to help the environment, and he cuts down 60 trees. Yeah, how's that helping the environment? That's hurting the environment. Environmentalists don't cut down trees. To take the quote from Richard Amper. You know, but we keep cutting down trees on Long Island. We keep destroying the environment. And it's got to stop. And Cuomo is not saving the environment. There's been more harm to the Pine Barrens since... Think about the projects he's allowed to have happen. Like the thing with Pilgrim that they're still trying to push through. You know, all these things, you know, because he wants his buddies on Wall Street to profit. He doesn't care about the environment. The main interest of Governor Cuomo is that he and his buddies on Wall Street can profit. That's what he cares about. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about the state of New York. He doesn't care about the Pine Barrens or public transportation. He only cares about himself. You know, and I just got to urge you, even if you're a Democrat, don't vote for Cuomo. It's a shame that Cynthia Nixon is the best that they can offer against the Cuomo Democrats. But, you know, they just want to rally behind him because they think he's going to be able to be the president. Oh, my God, can you imagine? So, Cuomo is destroying New York State. That's the bottom line, all right? And he's driving out your middle class friends, your disabled friends, your working class friends. He wants to make it only for rich people. And what he wants to do with Long Island, and the master plan is, the Babylon branch, be all his lily white rich people, and the middle of the island's going to decline and be full of illegals and just turn into one big ghetto. Maybe the North Shore too, alright? Alright? That's what he wants. That's the grand scheme of things. And I hate to see that happen. I love Mineola. It's a beautiful town, but it could be destroyed by these countless weekends of hourly service. And service problems on the main line hurt the desirability of Mineola. And in other towns along the main line, you know? And it's really a shame. And I don't want to live along the Babylon Branch, because the Babylon Branch, first of all, doesn't go to the Pine Barrens. That's number one. Alright? Number two, I don't want to be around those snobs. And three, I don't really like the destinations it goes to. It's mainly a bedroom community line with downtowns. You know? I like where I live. But I want our train service to be treated with respect. And, you know, we're a busy station. We deserve more service. And what's going on is not right at all. That's all I gotta say. It's not right. And it's been on my mind a lot lately, because it just brings flashbacks to me living in Westbury and having trains fly past the station, having to wait forever for a train, and pretty much being... It's like the main line is like a third-class railroad, where the Babylon branch is first class. Literally, that's the way I felt this morning. When, luckily, I got a seat, but a whole bunch of other people were standing, crammed in like sardines. Yet there goes an empty Babylon train, first class, so the snobs can be nice and comfortable, while we're treated like cattle. You know? I mean, I'd rather just make videos about the Pines, you know? I don't want to keep talking about this stuff, you know? But somebody has to, because the mainstream media isn't. Yeah, we're getting to that area that I like over there. And that is the river again, over there. Long Island it's just getting really snobby, you know? You can't stand the inequality. You know, I come over here, it feels like the Long Island I grew up on, you know? Middle class, no snobs, lots of trees, you know? And so many of my friends are leaving, too. So many of my friends are leaving. It's really sad. You know? I'm just putting this video together because I really want you all to realize how important it is that I'm trying my darndest to make sure that you get the word out that Andrew Cuomo must be defeated. Because if he gets reelected, a lot of your fellow friends and New Yorkers are going to be forced out. And imagine you've been seeing a therapist your whole life, and now you're not going to be seeing a therapist anymore. How are you supposed to handle that, you know? You know, I've just had to sacrifice so much into Cuomo, so much, you know, more than any other governor in New York. I've had to deal with so much upheaval in my life. Between Nice Bus, the Long Island Railroad, what's going on in the Pine Barrens, and cutbacks in mental health. It's really hard on me. And so, I just want you to get the message that Cuomo is hurting people's lives. And if you elect him to 4 more years in office, it could make my life even harder than it already is. And for those who think I have it easy, well, I'm sorry you think that way. I don't. You don't struggle with depression, you don't struggle with anxiety, you don't struggle with all that. You know, I'm very grateful to be out of Westbury. I don't take it for granted, that's for sure. But I still struggle with illness. I've been born with it. If you're born with something, how is it going to ever get better? You know? Cuomo, he don't understand any of that, you know? He just wants to cut, while saying he cares about mental health, and he's the mental health governor, and he's the environmental governor, and he's the public transportation governor. No, he's a Wall Street governor. Look at this beauty. Now, yeah, you got some Pine Barrens heather here. Remember where I talked about Sea Beach heather in my other video? Nappy Yard, well, this is Pine Barrens heather over here. spot. Not the bluest sky today. Yeah. Especially once you get into this time of the year, you don't usually get that nice blue sky as much anymore. It's warm too, so. But I just had to get away from the islands today. I figured I'd share some of this beauty with you, even though it's not on Long Island. Beautiful scene right there. I like this open area. So yeah, we got some prickly pear cactus around. Yeah, it's a beauty over that one. It's a beauty. I like that people say hi to you over here. It's just different than Long Island. Just imagine a place you've been growing up in your whole life is just changing right before your eyes so quickly. Bird's got something, that's a beauty right there. That's what we call the classic Jersey style flat top. Right here in Jersey. That's a beauty. Let's go back over to it. Got lots of these carpenter bees over here. There's lots of them, as you can see. See them buzzing around. They are busy. They're pretty big, the carpenter bees. Not aggressive to people, though. Yeah, they like this bridge. Oh, carpenter, that's why it's wood, so. Hey, there's plenty of wood on the main line. Alright. Go for the jokes. Oh, there's two of them mating right there. Anyway, here's the Psalms River. And why is this camera flashing low battery? There's something wrong with this camera. I'm sure I haven't taken that much video at all today. Yeah, it's cedar water over there. Yeah, it's just one of the lakes. One of the smaller ones. Some Atlantic white cedar over there. It's not too hot. It's in the low 70s, I guess. Good day to be outside. Just get away from all that stuff, you know. I just wanted to get some of that stuff off my chest about how I feel about Governor Cuomo and how he's hurt me personally. And how the state has changed in a bad way. And why we need to bring fairness back, you know? It's bad enough the snobs took over my home of Wansaw. I don't want them to force me from my home of Long Island, but that's what they'd like, wouldn't it? You know, they just want to take away my transportation, take away my Pine Barrens, take away my mental health. So I leave. Well, battery on this camera is very low. It's flashing already. I don't understand why this... I charged it literally just like a little while ago, and I don't know why it's so low. Anyway, there's a view of the lake. Oh, here's the view of the lake. And the sound of Canada geese. He's sneezing because it's allergy season. Okay, I'm gonna end this video before the camera dies on me. So, you know, nice walk today, and I just wanted to share some of my thoughts about what's going on. But I'm gonna keep fighting for what's right. I'm not giving up. You can rest assured. I'm gonna keep making videos about everything that's wrong on Long Island. You know, from the environment, from public transportation, Long Island Railroad, and all of and that kind of stuff. So, got to keep talking about it because it's not right. People need to speak up about it. Because the one thing the snobs want is us to be quiet, and we're not going to be quiet. I'm not going to be quiet. Neither is Matt Camper, Andy Randomness, or MTA Prodigy, or anyone else that wants to make videos about what is going on and what is wrong on Long Island. We got to keep fighting. And as far as a message for the snobs, I got a message for the snobs, and this is what Grim says. Grim, there's this guy called Grim's Toy Show. He does wrestling stuff. He's actually has a channel on YouTube, and he's in Tom's River. I got one message for the snobs, and it's his message too. It's called "Eat It." Yeah, that's right, snobs. Because justice will win in the end. Fairness will win in the end. Equality will win in the end. What's right will win in the end. We got to keep fighting and never give up. That's it for this video.